Okay, so first thing we'd look at a setup. It's on the left hand side, quite a flexy sort of position with your lower half there, which therefore gives you the perception your hands are too close to your body. They're not really, they're hanging down from the shoulders nicely, but because the knees are obviously kicking in that way, it just looks very close. And when your lower half gets that squat, it can't really rotate and move as effectively, so you very often see a lot of movement there with other body parts trying to compensate. Okay, now what you had before was the club going back way on the inside, and that club face we can see now leaning backwards, club going a long way in this way. Okay, the drill we were trying to talk about now and the takeaway, should we do on this one now? We may not have done one. Okay, no, is keeping the hands working in this way and the club kind of staying out in front. Now, as I said, we very rarely see someone make an adjustment that quickly. Okay, your club is going to sort of be halfway between where it was to where you want it to get to, and that's kind of the progression you're going to make from bit by bit by bit. You can't suddenly go, right, okay, click your fingers, here's a perfect swing, here's the progression going through, and we sort of practice now that wall drill. So I'll send you this video through so you have this sort of a reminder. You can see what the images we're looking for, so when you're on a range or practice or whatever at home with a mirror, you can kind of see where you're looking to try and get to, so you know your checkpoints of what they are. Okay, so the takeaway now, this one goes back, you see the club face there now, less on the inside, but certainly the club now is a little bit squarer than where it was before. So the information now, the club's not going to be doing a lot of this, therefore is not going to want to come back over the top so much. So if we look at the different angle of attack now, with the open club face, the brain goes, oh, that club's going to hit the ball way out to the right there somewhere, so I'm going to come and attack over the golf ball here now, coming from out to in path across it. Whereas this one, as you come back to the golf ball, because there's less lift, your hands can go from here now a bit more of a behind you angle, so you turn the club a bit flatter. Club face now isn't so open because the takeover is better, so your brain goes, okay, the club's not open, I can bring the golf club back down more on the inside path. Because your brain kind of feels, well, where's that club kind of doing? And club face will actually affect your path more than people give credit for, really, because people can sort of feel the club face being one way or the other, and they'll almost adjust in accordance. So if the club face feels it's going way to the right, you're going to naturally swing it to the left. Now, if you stay back on it and keep your head down and flick your hands, there's your pull shot straight to the left there. If you don't use your hands sufficiently enough, then you get that one there. Okay, so from your point of view, you want the club face to be square, staying square throughout the swing, so you bring it, okay, well, the club's pointing towards target, I'll swing it towards target, kind of thing, on that sort of nice gentle arc in and around the body. And then as you swing through there now, again a little bit clean because your lower half was a little bit taller than you used to, so you probably got a little bit further from the ball. As you then come through nicely to the target, and the ball then sort of sailing down the range nicely towards target with a good efficient, a bit of static with the lower half at the end. No, so that was good full finish. So you got through to a nice position there. Okay, so if we can again minimise thought, that's the key thing. Okay, we've been through quite a bit today, but just summarising sort of, I suppose, sort of 2 or 3 words. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The way I sort of keep it to a lot of people, sort of the phrase I always use is sort of butt in, head out. So the butt of the club's going to work in, head's going to stay out. So butt in, head out, and that will keep the club face now pointing at the ball for longer. So that's not too bad. That it starts fanning a little bit there, but at least that is more toe up. Where if we go back to this one here now, the face was almost pointing to the sky on that one there. You see the club face there. I mean, that's just like look. And then once you got there, where are you going to go? You've got to either do a heck of a lot of hand action, so your club face is doing this now through impact. That's not a consistent move, or it's got to do that through impact, so you're coming from a different direction to where the club's pointing. Your strike, your flight, very, very inconsistent that way. And you said yourself, that sort of the adjustables you make, that sort of cheats, as you said, to try and square the club face up or hit it one way or t'other.
Yeah, that's why sometimes I have a really wide stance.
And the thing is, if you're playing compensatory golf, it's never going to be. You'll get 1 or 2, right? If you play a few clubs, and again, this is the frustration that people get when they come to the driving range. They hit 7 or 8 shots in a row from the same spot and eventually find a good shot. They go, I've got it. Well, you just get enough shots in a row to try and find what movement is the ball straight. On the golf course, you haven't got the luxury of 8 shots in a row from the same spot with the same club from a perfect lie with no inhibitions. Out there's no trouble, no bunkers, no trees, water, no pressure from your mates being 1 shot behind you with 1 off to play, that sort of thing. Nothing to sort of put any sort of anxiety or stress levels up. So if you duff a golf ball, they've got 30 balls behind you, another one, they can repeat, and then you find a good strike. What you've got to try and do is make sure that first swing is a much more consistent strike, so it doesn't go to where you want to go as a perfect shot, it's a good bad shot. So your bad shot is more 85% the quality of a good shot, as opposed to maybe over there, wherever it may be. Because we hit probably about 3 perfect shots around if we're lucky. The rest is a good variety of miss hits. So improving your bad shot for me is the way we improve golf. And the way you hit the golf, there's no reason why you can't get down to 10 Maybe a bit of practice, maybe a bit of short game. We can suggest some short game work on that going forward, and yeah, sort of set a plan. It's okay, right, you're off 17 now, you said 16? Okay, right, by maybe midsummer we'll get down to sort of 16, 15, 14, whatever, work on some bits and pieces, sort of go through there, and say, okay, right, maybe this time next year off 10. Give yourself that sort of plan and go through that, give yourself sort of practice plan, sort of say, okay, when you go to the range, you do things with a purpose, not just get 50 balls and bash whatever out of them, and go, yeah, done me practice, go there with a purpose to actually work on some specifics. So, make sense?
Yeah.
Good stuff, okay, mate.